Hello! How are you today? I hope you have a good day. Today, we will learn the types of variables. Are you excited? If yes, let's move on. In order to understand the types of variables, we must answer first the question, what is a variable? Let's pause for 10 seconds to think about the meaning of variable. I guess 10 seconds is over, and you are eager enough to know the meaning of variable. To those who have the meaning of variable, very good. Again, let's read the question. What is a variable? Here it is. A variable is any factor that may change. This time, you might be asking yourself, what are some examples of variables? Let's pause for 5 seconds and try to guess at least one example of variable. Alright, keep your answers. It might be included in the presentation. First on the list is height or growth. For example, a plant's height or growth may be tall or short, depending on how we take care of it, or the growth of your savings may increase or decrease, depending on how you spend your money. Second on the list is temperature. For example, you can either choose hot or cold water to make a coffee or juice, depending on your choice. Third on the list is texture. For example, it's your choice again to sleep either on smooth or rough surfaces. Fourth on the list is length of time. For example, your grade in making an output or project depends on how short or long the time you spent doing it. Before we move on, I'm sure that you really understand the meaning of variable. Am I correct? I hope that the examples help you to better understand the word variable. This time, we need to know if variables are grouped. Or let's answer the question, what are the types of variables? Then, try to guess how many types of variables are there. If your answer is 3 or there are 3 types of variables, then you are correct. Again, let's read the question together. What are the types of variables? First is independent variable. Second is dependent variable. And third is controlled variable. In order to have an easy understanding on independent, dependent, and controlled variables, Let's try to identify the variables in the problem below. Let us read together the question. Which dissolves faster in hot water? A whole polvoron or the powdered polvoron? Read it again by yourself. Okay, let's get to know the first variable on the list, independent variable. Let me read the question. What is an independent variable? Try to guess. I'm happy that you tried guessing, and let me share to you the meaning of independent variable. Independent variable is a factor change in the experiment, and it answers the question what you do in the experiment. Okay, let's read again the problem. Which dissolves faster in hot water, a whole polvoron or the powdered polvoron? Try to observe the image of a whole polvoron and powdered polvoron. Let's remember that an independent variable answers the question what you do in the experiment. Again, what you do. The whole polvoron was compared to a powdered polvoron. Keep in mind that in an independent variable, the factor is changed in the experiment. Or, going back to the problem, a person wants to test which of the polvoron prepared, the whole polvoron or powdered polvoron will dissolve faster in hot water. Now, what is the independent variable in the problem? Try to guess for 5 seconds. Very good if you answered the size of the solute. Okay, based on the problem, there are two sizes of the solute. The first one, whole polvoron, and the second one is powdered polvoron. Okay, let's move on to the second variable, which is dependent variable. Read with me the question. What is a dependent variable? What do you think is a dependent variable? Dependent variable is a factor measured in the experiment, and it answers the question what will happen in the experiment. Let's read again the problem. Which dissolves faster in hot water, a whole polvoron or the powdered polvoron? Observe the results provided below. In glass a whole polvoron was mixed in the water, and the time it dissolves was 7 minutes and 45 seconds. And in glass B, a powdered polvoron was mixed in the water, and the time it dissolves was 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Take note that dependent variable answers the question, what will happen? Again, what will happen? The powdered polvoron dissolves faster compared to a whole polvoron, and it was based on the results given earlier. So, what is the dependent variable in the problem? Let's pause for 5 seconds and think. Correct if your answer is solubility, or the ability of the solute, which is polvoron, to dissolve in a solvent, which is water. Since the particles of powdered polvoron are smaller in size compared to a whole polvoron, then it dissolves faster in hot water. Let's take a deep breath because we are about to complete the types of variables. Okay, let's read the question together. What is a controlled variable? A controlled variable is a factor keeps the same in the experiment, or in short, controlled variables are not changed. Again, let's read the problem together. Which dissolves faster in hot water? A whole polvoron or the powdered polvoron? In doing an experiment, you should have a fair test, and that's the role of controlled variables. Going back to the question, what are the controlled variables in the problem? Help me think. I guess you're done thinking. Okay, the controlled variables in the problem are number one, the polvoron come in the same brand. Number two, stored in good conditions. And number three, the amount and temperature of water is the same. Congratulations! You already know the types of variables. Let's have a quick review for you to remember the types of variables. Okay, let's review. Again, here are the types of variables. First is independent variable. And remember, it is the factor change in the experiment. Second is controlled variable. And it is the factor keeps the same in the experiment. The third type of variable is dependent variable. And it is the factor measured in the experiment. But before that, let's test your learning. Okay, let me read the question. What are the three types of variables? Try to answer. Alright, I know you are done answering. Okay, the first type of variable is independent variable. The second type of variable is dependent variable. And the third type of variable is control variable. Very good. I hope you learned something today. Thank you for listening while learning. Keep on learning.